MMA legend Chuck Liddell may have to retire, whether he likes it or not. Liddell was suspended indefinitely by the California State Athletic Commission (CSAC) following his devastating knockout (KO) loss to nemesis Tito Ortiz in their trilogy fight over the weekend. The commission finalized the medical suspension in a list which was released earlier today. Competing after an 8-year absence, Liddell was knocked unconscious when Ortiz connected with a left punch with 40 seconds remaining in the opening round. The 48-year-old will now be required to apply for his indefinite suspension, to be lifted by CSAC officials if he hopes to fight again in North America. UFC President Dana White recently lashed out on the Athletic State Commission for allowing an out-of-shape Liddell to compete in the once again. Chuck Liddell is almost 50 years old and has no business fighting anymore. The fact the state of California let that fight happen is disgusting. It's disgusting, White said during the most recent episode of the UFC Unfiltered podcast. Chuck Liddell has an incredible legacy. He's a huge superstar. Anybody who claims to be a friend of Chuck Liddell and was anywhere near that fight is full of expletive. They're not a friend of Chuck Liddell. To let him go in and fight this fight is terrible. Meanwhile, the show's promoter Oscar de la Hoya of Golden Boy responded to White's tirade, saying White isn't in the position to tell a fighter when he should retire. Dana is so small and threatened by our success with DAZN and now in MMA that he is bringing up news from a decade ago to try to stay relevant, de la Hoya responded, per TMZ Sports. Boxing has entirely rejected him. And MMA fighters are now realizing they don't have to risk their lives just so he can get rich. Golden Boy and I are moving forward and are bigger than ever. Dana should shut the expletive up and try to figure out how to save his own company. White also took issue with comments made by the former boxer. It's called friendship. It's friendship, you expletive cokehead. I've been friends with Chuck Liddell for 20 years, and the reality is Chuck Liddell retired when he should have retired 8 or 9 years ago.